What's up, bassheads? Won't be before you long, but I want to do this for my main man, Bosco, who is a basshead over at Groove School. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted, and I talk bass. And this stream is brought to you by Groove School. You can find it at tedtalksbass.com. Hit the Groove School link. Bosco and I were talking about Bernadette by the Four Tops. And I don't know Bernadette, but I'm going to tell you something about study pieces. A lot of times we want to, and me and Bosco talked about this. A lot of times, we want to tackle these big things. Jamerson is a mountain to climb. Rocco Prestia is a mountain to climb. Marcus Miller is a mountain to climb. These guys have to be studied. They aren't things that you get from tablature. I fundamentally just, like Danny Sapko is against AI, I am against tab, like passionately, okay? Having said all that, these are study pieces. They're things that you sit them on your music stand and you study them. You get inside of them. Nobody's going to learn Bernadette overnight. Now, I will say this. If there were one Motown tune that I would say everybody needs to learn, it is My Girl. Hands down, that would be the first thing. Now, having said that, right? Tab is a 4-letter word. That's right. It's a 4-letter word. I'm going to tell you, studies have shown that tablature is the leading cause of hairy palms. If there were a book, if you really wanted to study Jamerson, I would say Standing in the Shadows of Motown. But, this is the type of thing that you need to, reading ability might be a good thing to have, okay? Because there's no tablature in here, right? But these are study pieces. Now, it is really cool that we gonna rock today. It's really cool. This is what I was looking for earlier when I was talking to Bosco. This is a piece that I played. This is only a part of it. My senior recital. This is one of them. This is like a famous bass concerto, right? Upright bass. Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because there's some good music here. Because I didn't just get this one day and say, I'm going to play this. This is stuff that I got at the beginning of the semester, and this was like, this is the goal that you're working towards. You see? And this is on upright. Upright is a secondary instrument for me. Secondary. So, and I wasn't a reader until I was like a full-grown adult, But so what this looked like, conquering this was, you got a timeline. You get assigned the piece, and you go to your practicum. Okay, we working on from here to here, right? We're working on from here to here, and then you get assigned your rest of it. Hey, man, you better utilize your practice time because when I see you again, you gonna play whatever, right? Whatever's next. And sometimes I had, I got 15 minutes to practice, or I got, I want to get back into this because this was some good stuff. This is another thing, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Jeff, I'm gonna get to what I'm gonna get to. This is a place when I'm gonna run my mouth, and somebody gonna catch it. Yes. So Jeff Berlin, I believe Jeff Berlin. I agree with Jeff Berlin when he says that reading music is one of the best things you could do for your technique. Now, I don't say, you got to go read music. If you don't want to read music, don't do it. Don't do it. I can tell you that I am a better, more well-rounded musician for having that skill. But that's something I wanted to be I wanted to pay my bills off of playing music. And I got a lot of gigs, all things being equal. All things being equal, two guys could play and one of them could read, but the gig calls for somebody to read. Well, guess who got the gig? Okay, anyway, now, having said all that, yada, 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 I'm going to show you step by step what I might do if I were going to learn the song Bernadette by the Four Tops. Jamerson on bass. Let's say I don't read. I don't have access to any tab. Tab is the devil. But I do have Songmaster. Now, guys, I only talk about Songmaster so much for a reason, right? Because I use it. This is how I would use Songmaster in this instance. I have loaded Bernadette into Songmaster. And I probably should have done this before because times may vary, but we're patient people around here and we're gonna do what we gotta do. If you don't like technology and your ears are God, this isn't the place for you. If your ears aren't God and you think, man, you know what? You used to have to walk places, and now you can fly. This is for you. So I'm going to hit generate stems. I can, God, I can't stand it. I can't stand tab. Here are the models. I can get 4 stems or 6 stems. For the interest of time, we're just going to get 4 stems. So we are going to separate those tracks. I got a few things running on my computer. It shouldn't take that long. I don't know why my teeth whistle sometimes when I say stuff that starts with those sounds, but it's the way God made me. So, look like we got 20, 19. This is going pretty quickly. All right? We're not going to worry about the key, the chords, the blah, 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 blah. We not about to do nothing like that right now. We're not going to do it. Okay? So now we have the stems. We have the stems. Of course, we would listen to the entire tune, right? When you're learning by ear, you want to know the song, not just the bass line, not just what's going on in the bass, right? And understand, let's talk about bass lines. This is obviously not a planned lesson, right? Things like this, it's not like, nowadays, if you hear a bass line, it'd be the same thing, the ostinato over and over and over again. This is not like that. This is chord changes and some melodic rhythmic devices and things like that. But let's skip ahead. We've got an intro. That's easy. We don't have to worry about that. Boom, boom, don, 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 don. Do not be afraid of your voice. Say it with me. I state your name. Will not be afraid of my voice. I know Matt said state your name. Matt, let's try it again. I state your name. Such an asshole. Okay, that's some good coffee, boy. That's some good coffee. This is my problem. I stay out all night. I get up early in the morning. and then I'm caffeinated all day. Bassline project. Okay. Don, 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 don. If my bass is in tune, we ain't got to worry about that. That's 8 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? We're not worried about that. But that's right, Matt. You are not afraid of your own voice. Your shadow is another thing.
Bernadette, people are searching for the kind of love that we possess. Some go on, searching their whole life through, and never find the love I found in you.
Okay. So let's take the vocals out. Listen to the percussion and the bass. We've got a 4-measure pattern, a 4-measure section, chord progression that is repeated twice. So we have an 8-bar first verse, right? If I take out all the movement, doom, 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 you see what I'm doing here? Do you see what I'm doing here? And I've been playing since 1983, and I'm breaking it down. I'm telling you. More coffee. I just hit my teeth. I'm telling you that if I were studying this song, this is what I would do. And what I'm telling you is a way. It isn't the way. You do whatever works for you. And I'm telling you what's been working for me for a long time. Doom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So I hear a line that's going down. I don't know this song, y'all. Boom, boom, dum, dum. Now, just by way of me knowing what I know over time, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're in the key of G flat major. Doom, 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 doom. So I got this descending line. I got a bird's eye view of what's happening. But instead of me trying to learn all, this is actually a Black Rifle that I'm drinking. Boom, do 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 do, boom, ba ba baby boom boom boom. Okay, so I hear this passing tone. Now, James Jamerson famously played with the hook, right? I'm not James Jamerson. And I have no desire to be like, oh, I gotta be authentic. And I don't care about that. I would make that my work. If that was tough for me, boom, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Let's hear what else is happening. Now, I'm breaking it down into chunks. I ain't trying to eat a whole elephant at one time. Chunks. Now I already know that I'm going down there because I did that work. Type a 1 in the chat if this is kind of making sense, even just a little bit. Now, I've never, ever in my life ever played the song Bernadette. Never. I ain't never tried to learn it. Never. I've done nothing but enjoy this song as a passive listener. Okay? But I have played root fifths and octaves before. I messed that up, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do, let me see. 3. Ba-dum. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Is how we do it. Boom. Okay, focus. I'm like a child. I have the attention span of a toddler. It's true. In the sense of humor of a 7th grader. That's the way God made me, baby. Okay. So, you see this? This is what I like about things like Songmaster. It's not doing the work for me, and it's linked below. It's not doing the work for me. It's making the work ruthlessly efficient. Because back in the day, you'd have to take your record and try to drop the knee. You couldn't loop no record. You'd be scratching up records or rewinding tapes. Now, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Now, what I'm going to do, let's say I couldn't play it, because I can't. Let's say I couldn't play it at that tempo. Well, we just slow it down a little bit. That's all. Okay? I'm just looping it. Now, with the power of technology, now let's say we fast forward through the process. And I take inventory. See, here's the problem. Here's why some of y'all can't play. And I'm not saying that to insult you. What I am saying is, you've bought courses, you've bought PDFs, you've downloaded things, you've been watching people on Instagram, you've been watching my YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. But you're not taking inventory of what you can do. And so when you sit down to practice or practice, you're kind of all over the place, right? You're all over the place. And when you tackle things like this, let me tell you, I wish I had the 𝗚𝗿𝗏𝗧 Sonata. Is this it, Peter? And I go back to, because I've been here, man. This is not 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧, but look at the notes on this. Listen. Look at the notes on this. And this is a mild one. But this was my life. This was my life for 4 years. And it wasn't just this. It was recital, not just recital stuff. It was ensemble stuff. I still had gigs. You know what I mean? I was doing musicals at the time, so it was like a lot of writing down notes. So when I went into the practice room, I didn't have time to be farting around. I had to go to the practice room with an agenda, right? Sometimes like I got 20, 30 minutes to practice, then I got to get to class. You understand what I'm saying? I got to get to class. And so in music school, you have what's called juries. And when you get your pieces and when it gets to jury time, you sit in front of a group of people like the flash dance folks, and they just sitting there with their arms folded while you play your piece, and they let you know whether or not you could have a recital. And guess what? You can always tell in music school when it's jury time because you can't get a practice room nowhere. Everybody be in the practice room. Okay, I missed my point. It's coffee. So here's the thing. If you tackle something like this, it's just go into it understanding that if you are strategic, you can get there, but it ain't gonna happen overnight, and you don't want to let it overwhelm you or discourage you. That's why the live stream earlier today, I'm like, man, get these triads together. Get these triads together. If you can't manage something like this, maybe you need to get I don't know, right? I do know, but I'm just saying. So now let's fast forward. Let's fast forward and we say, I got this 4 bars down. Just this 4 bars. And I got 5 minutes to practice. Okay? I'm going to take inventory. Physically, can I play it? Yes. Can I physically play it without? Hold on. We got to win. Winner, chicken dinner. Wait a minute. That ain't what I want. Wait. We got a winner. Y'all congratulate Matt in the chat. It rhymed. Congratulate Matt in the chat. He got feel good. He got it down. He played the full song. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'll stop. I swear to God. So I'm going to take inventory. Can I play it? Right? Then I might take another piece of inventory and I say, can I hear it? Can I hear it? Can I hear when I've played something out of context? Something that I didn't mean to play. Something that was wrong. Can I hear it? Can I visualize it? Can I see? Can I see it in my mind's eye? Even if my bass wasn't with me, could I visualize it? Right? Then I say, well, can I explain it a little bit? Can I intellectualize it a little bit? Even just a little bit. Can I say, hey, man, I'm in the key of G flat and I'm doing, whatever. Right? You understand what I'm saying? It's like a rubric. When I was a teacher, we had rubrics. So, and then this 10 minutes I got to practice. Then I'm going to say, man, I don't need Jamerson. Okay, so you guys have seen me learn this, and you've seen me stumble on that twice, at least twice, right? So what do? What would I do? We're going to slow that down is what we're going to do. Hello, somebody. messing it up. So let's get it right. Now I keep goofing it up, and that could be a couple of things. And I just don't know it, or I am not paying attention. Zoning out. So let's take the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am noticing a few things. I'm noticing a few things about myself. Hey man, you're too heavy on your right hand. If you want to play faster, lighten your touch. I know everybody don't do this for y'all on YouTube. I know it. It ain't rocket science, it's pocket science. As always, this stream, like every other, is brought to you by Groove School. You can find that at tedtalksbase.com. Hit the Groove School link. Try for 7 days. Free. Also, Songmaster, the learning and practicing musician's assistant, the tool that I'm using right now, in real time, in real life, right now, is linked below. Okay? I'm learning this in real time, but this is what I would do. And after I got this down where I said, ooh, I could play that, right? That 4 bars. Let's say that 4 bars, let's say I'm, I got my quiet place in the morning and I can practice while I'm drinking my coffee. I'm going to do that 4 measures. That 4 measures and nothing else. Hold on a second. Listen, when I was studying upright, I had just gotten married, and I used to get up. I was a window cleaner. I quit my job. I used to work for Office Depot, not in the store, but in a call center. And I quit that job to go clean windows. I was a window cleaner so I could have doing my own thing, right? Hustling, so I could have the flexibility to go to school. I would get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And just, my neighbors hated me, but fuck them. It's that time of the evening. And I would practice my little, whatever my little thing was that I needed to get ready for. And then it was on my mind as well, that thing, whatever that thing was. I'd think about it. So this is what I would do. Now, I just played it, what, 4 times? And then I would say to myself, okay, I might put parameters on myself and say, okay, you got to play this, I don't know, 7 times without making a mistake at this tempo, and then you can move on. But if you get to the 7th time and you make a mistake, well, you got to go back over. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? The next thing might be a bump in tempo or whatever. Let's go on and bump the tempo up to the record speed. Okay? I just learned that. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. There's no tab. Ain't no tab. And the software is not doing the work for me. I know some purists, man, are like, I use my ears. Well, I'm using my ears too. Right? I could walk 500 miles, but I'd rather drive. But you do what you want to do. So let's go to the next part. Right? We are only looking at the intro or the first verse. That's it. Honest Waller, give me a minute. Give me a second. Let me stay on task here. I'll get to your question. Just a second. This is the second part. And guess what? That's the second part. Okay, now don't ask that question again. Don't copy paste. Don't do that. Don't do that. I feel abandon coming on. He's doing the exact same thing. He's doing the exact same thing. That's new. So let's figure out what that is. But let's listen. He's doing the exact same thing. He's doing the exact same thing. Let's check it out. What? So I'm hearing from A flat, A, B flat. So there's that lick at the end. This is exciting, friends. Watch this. It's the same thing. funny was that? Let me make sure I got the right note here. Boom. Now, I'm going to check some things. Because one, I thought I heard... shoot. That ain't it. What I think is, which would be, if you saw the stream earlier today, same. Let's see if I'm right, though. And here's the thing. These headphones, I really like these headphones, but sometimes I feel like they color stuff a little bit. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the tools I have at my disposable. The tools I have at my disposable is exactly what I said just now. And I have a diploma and a college degree. Good grief. We're going to isolate just this part. And we're going to slow it down. Boom. 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 So I'm hearing the triad. Yep. And all I did with the tool was get confirmation. This is for the folks that are like, I don't use no fucking software because my ears are bionic. And I know everything. Get off my lawn. I just used the tool to confirm. Now, what have we learned, people? What have we learned, class? What have we learned? Seriously. We used the tool. We used our ears. We chunked it. Right? Broke it down into small sections. Your ears are ass. That must be unpleasant. We also hear patterns, right? We hear patterns. This is what we call analysis, friends. We are analyzing. What do we hear? What do we hear? What do we observe? Right? One of my favorite things, teaching methods, right? Well, particularly when I was teaching high school, well, any age. I taught from kindergarten up to, but you say, what is this? You explain it to me. What do you hear? And we have a discussion, right? What do you hear? What do you hear? How would you describe that? Analyzing the thing. Now, I don't have all the movements, but it sounded a lot like Bernadette to me. But you see, we're slowing down, we're analyzing, we're getting inside of it in a way that we couldn't back in the days. Right? Woo! Ba-boom, ba-boom. Yeah. That part ain't right. Woo! Yeah, I don't know how he did that with one finger. I swear. Okay. I want to get to the second part. Let me play the second part. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to mute the bass and actually put the metronome on. Let's see. Let's mute all this stuff. Messed it. Concentrate. So what do I do, friends? What do we do? What do we do? We say, hey man, you ain't got it yet. Okay. Bird lady, what's up? Okay. I sure hope that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, picking up what I'm putting down, smelling what I'm stepping in. If I were seriously gonna learn Bernadette, I would. Somebody asked, did I find a new love for the 4-string bass? I've been loving playing 4-string bass lately. I've been absolutely loving it. If I were going to turn this into a study piece, this is one of the ways that I would do it. It wouldn't be, it would be some, and I would mark it down. Like, it wouldn't be like 20 different things that I was trying to do. I'd be like, I'm working on Bernadette, and, like, I got a recital coming up and I got to play Bernadette, That's how it works in music school. You get pieces and like for, private lesson studios, piano teachers do it all the time. Private teachers worth their salt do it all the time. Here's my studio of students, right? And my students are having a recital, and we're gonna showcase our talents, right? Every single year that I was a teacher for 11 years, and there are state standards or whatever, but there are also performances, always performances. There are performances throughout the year. 3 major performances a year, and then it'll be special stuff, whatever. You know what I mean? So, my role as a teacher would be, okay, what is both pedagogically sound and meets the state standards, blah, 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 but it's also performance ready. At least that's the way I did it. You know what I mean? So we're always shooting for something. We're always working towards a goal. So if I were working on Bernadette, I bet you I bet you I could wake up in the morning, have my coffee, take it out of context of that and just play it like in a different way, right? Then it becomes what is this? Please give me suggestions about plucking and shifting from G string to E string and what finger to use. You got to practice, man. We've been copying and pasting that question. The suggestion I have is play slow. Play slow. I think the issue with the internet is I think the issue with the internet is that we be looking for, like, I could tell you, somebody else could tell you, whatever, but it's like riding a bike, right? Raise your hand if you could ride a bike. And the saying, it's just like riding a bike. That's probably something that we can all do, even if we haven't been on a bike in years, right? We just get on a bike. But let's say somebody trying to teach you how to ride a bike. Well, I could tell you, you got to do this, or you got to pedal faster, or you got to do this or whatever. But there's certain things about riding that bike that only you can do. Only you can do it, right? You might have to hold your butt cheeks a certain way. I don't know. I'm being funny, right? Or it's like, but you got to fall a couple times. Fun fact is, I used to ride motorcycles. I love riding motorcycles. Just a quick note about that. I had a very, very bad accident in 2003. Really bad accident. And when your mama say wear clean drawers? Well, I wasn't wearing no drawers that day. And true story. True story. And they had to cut my pants off in the middle of the street. Good God Almighty. True story. Live to tell the tale. But, they say wear clean drawers for a reason. What am I talking about here? Oh, because there's two types of people who ride motorcycles. Those who have been down or those who are going down. It's just the law of averages. It's going to happen, right? But you got to do it. You got to do it, And I see kids fall. When I was a teacher and I see kids fall down off of something, on the playground, I say, well, if it don't kill them, it's a part of growing up. Yep. But seriously, there is so much about this instrument that I do not know. After all these years, there's things that I just do not know. I have deficiencies in my plan. I got holes in my plan. I know what they are, and either I'm gonna work on them or I'm not gonna work on them. But you got to be honest you got to be honest with yourself about when you're bullshitting, and then you have to, you got to make some sort of a plan. And I can help you with that plan. I can't do the plan for you. Let me say that again. I can help you with the plan. I can't work the plan for you. I'm like a fitness trainer. I could tell you, hey man, look, this is gonna be your regimen for your workout this week. Monday, you're gonna work on push muscles. What are push muscles, right? Then we talk about that. The next day, you might work on pull muscles. What are those? You talk about those, right? And you figure out those. You're going to do this set of exercises this day, this set of exercises. You're going to have a regimen. But then when you go off, you got to work the plan. Right? You got to work the plan. Everything that I just did here tonight, look at the live stream I did this morning. Do we see root, fifth, and octaves? Yeah. Do we see triads? Yep. Do we see a major sixth arpeggio? Yep, we do. You see? So, all this, I ain't know how to do that. I didn't come out the womb knowing how to do that. Okay. I gotta move on with the evening, but I hope you had fun. I had fun.